Hey guys, Sarah here at Chicken and Bulldogs. Are you thinking about getting backyard chickens due to the rising cost of eggs? Well, you may want to pump the brakes a little bit. Right now, people are panic buying chicks, pullets, and chickens and reselling them at crazy prices and even running social media scams. In this video, I'll show you how to spot ripoffs, avoid scams, and decide if now is really the right time to buy. Trust me, you don't want to fall for these tricks. Let's get to it. Okay, so by now, everybody is fully aware of the egg shortage of 2025. It's literally not even on news websites anymore because it's so common knowledge. But there's been so much fear mongering and panic generating over this egg shortage, a household staple, to the point that people are starting to buy chickens to raise them in their backyard under the assumption that it will somehow be cheaper than buying them from farmers markets and stores, or under the assumption that they're going to make a lot of money selling chicken eggs. This is a topic that I went over in extreme detail in a recent video, which I'll link in the comments. But anyways, with the onset of spring has come the first shipments of chicks into your farm supply stores, and they are gone. They didn't even last a few days. It's to the point that people like myself that already are raising chickens that want to expand or add to their flocks can't. There's no birds to be purchased for reasonable prices anywhere. There's no chicks, no pullets, no hens. So now the egg shortage has created a chicken shortage. And due to this has spawned a whole new breed of opportunists and scam artists. I'm going to go through some red flags, some things to look for, and figure out, is now really the right time to start raising chickens? Which brings me into my first topic. Remember those truly awful people that bought up all the toilet paper, the sanitizing wipes, and face masks right when COVID was starting? They stockpiled all these supplies and then they sold them at crazy prices on social media to desperate, frightened people. All the while, the rest of us had to wipe our butts with coffee filters because we couldn't find teepee for our bungholes at stores. Well, whenever panic is created, there are people that see dollar signs and panic people to take advantage of. Enter in chick flipping. This happens when individuals or small-scale sellers see an opportunity to take advantage of panic-driven demand. Here's how it typically plays out. Large hatcheries and farm stores typically sell chicks at relatively low prices, especially when you buy them in bulk. For example, a common breed like a Rhode Island Red might cost $3 to $5 per chick when you purchase them in larger quantities. Opportunists swoop in early, buy up as many chicks as they can, and create an artificial shortage in local stores. These resellers turn around and list the same chicks for $10 to $20 each or more, depending on the demand in their area. They often target first-time chicken owners who don't know the usual price and are desperate to start a flock. When feed stores run out, people start searching on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and local farm groups. Seeing limited options, buyers may feel pressured to pay outrageous prices because they think they might not be able to get chicks otherwise. Resellers also might spread misinformation, claiming that hatcheries are, air quotes, sold out for the season or that egg prices will skyrocket again soon. Some resellers go beyond chicks, buying pullets. These are young hens that are not quite of laying age yet. They usually sell $15 to $25 per bird at farm stores. Flippers then resell them for $40 to $60 per bird, sometimes more if they claim they're, air quotes, proven layers. Another tactic is claiming common breeds are rare just to justify sky-high prices. Example, Easter eggers, and we have one, her name is Bean, often marketed as rare, even though they're one of the most widely available backyard breeds. Hatcheries sell straight-run chicks. These are mixed male and female chicks at lower prices. Resellers sometimes falsely claim that they can sex chicks, which means determine if they are male or female, charging more for guaranteed females, even though they have no real way of knowing before a chick is a certain number of weeks old. Buyers may end up with roosters that they can't keep, leading to frustration and rehoming struggles. If your city is like mine, you can't even own a rooster, even if you wanted one. Not that I want one. The second topic is the rampant scams that have been born from this chicken shortage. Now, we're all getting those unpaid toll booth texts that I think they call it smishing. And it always kind of feels like every day there's a new scam to look out for. Well, this is another day. We now have to look for scammers and con artists when it comes to buying chickens. It's sad, but it's true. Now, fraud on Facebook, on Marketplace, on Craigslist, that is nothing new. However, these are usually the first places people look when they're going to buy chickens. A little bit of advice. Marketplace actually prohibits the sale of live animals. It goes against their policy. So if you do see ads on Marketplace for chickens, and it's not a sponsored ad, proceed with extreme caution. Many of these ads will be removed by Facebook for violating the policy, and by then,
You may not be able to reach the person.
Okay, so let's go over some red flags that you might want to pay attention to avoid a potential spammer scammer. These are the same red flags that you would apply towards anyone when you're doing a transaction with somebody that you haven't met face to face.
Number 1, too good to be true deals on rare breeds. There's no such thing as a $10 blue lace golden Wyandotte about right now, and there really wasn't before all this happened either. Number 2, no real photos, just stolen images from the internet. How can you tell? Take the image and do a Google search. If there's a match, this is a scam. Number 3, pressuring you to send money up front. If they're asking you for a deposit or to pay by Zelle, 99.9% chance this is a scam. They may try to create urgency by saying that somebody else is on the way to buy the chickens or that they're just about to sell out. If they're doing this, just walk away. Refusal to meet in person or odd excuses for delays. Scammers are trying to see how smart you are. They want to spend their time and energy on people that are more likely to give them money up front. You can save yourself a ton of time just by asking for a phone number so that you can talk to the seller by phone. Scammers 99% of the time do not want to talk to you over the phone. They prefer IMs and text. And if they dodge your question about talking by phone, cease all communication.
So, with all of this crap, essentially, that you have to sift through in order to get chickens, have you ever contemplated just waiting?
Egg prices have actually gone down since the height of the shortage. Although the prices aren't what they used to be, in a few months they will be. How do I know? Because this exact same thing happened just 2 years ago in 2023.
And I said this before, but I'll say this again. Raising chickens is never going to be cheaper than buying eggs at the store. There, I've said it. It is a hobby. People that generate an income from selling chicken eggs have a lot of chickens. And if you're like me and you live in a suburb or a metropolitan area, you're going to be limited on the amount of birds that you can legally house. And yes, for existing chicken farmers, it is totally aggravating that you can't replenish your flock without buying birds at insane prices. So, in review, in order to protect yourself from getting ripped off, remember,
buy from reputable hatcheries, feed stores, or other local breeders with reviews. Ask to talk to the seller by phone. If they ignore your question or refuse to do so, you're wasting your time. Never send money before you see the birds in person.
So remember, there is nothing lost by waiting. The price of eggs and the price of chickens will go down as the supply replenishes itself. And besides the fact, waiting just a few more weeks is going to give you that much more warmer weather, which is favorable for raising new chicks, pullets, and chickens. And if you'd like listen to a salty old clam harp on and on, or maybe if you are a salty old clam, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And a shout out to my son and daughter for being my biggest helpers when it comes to raising my chickens. Yes, it does take a crew of people to do that, and they're outside every day, rain or shine, making sure the girls are well stocked on food, that their water is clean, and that all those eggs are gathered, and that they're all looking all right.